Hello, good night everyone. So let me start by asking you a simple question. What is the true purpose of community service? To serve, to learn, to grow alongside society? Now let me ask again. Does our university's KKN or kuliah kerja nyata truly reflect that purpose? Or has it slowly turned it into a checkbook we tick off for the sake of graduation? KKN, by design, is an honorable initiative. It aims to bring students closer to the real-world social dynamics, to help rural communities while fostering civic responsibility. On paper, it sounds ideal, but in reality, many students, maybe even most of us here, know that it often fails to live up to its noble vision. Let's take a look at what actually happens. Students are often sent to unfamiliar places with little to no preparation. The programs we run, sometimes they're rushed, copied from online reports, or executed only to fulfill reporting requirements. The community may smile in photos, but behind those pictures, how much impact have we truly made? And more importantly, will that impact last after we leave? Here lies the core issue. KKN has become performative. We come in instead of your trash bin, hold a health seminar, repaint a wall, and then we're gone. 1 month, sometimes less, a flash of activity, then silence. No follow-up, no sustainability, and often no real connection with the people we were supposed to serve. And why does it happen? Because the system allows it, because the institution that sent us to read KKN as a tradition rather than a transformation. There is a little to no assessment of long-term outcomes. Students are not matched with projects that align with their actual skills or patience. The process becomes mechanical. Pick a location, plan a template program, and submit a final report. But here's a harsh truth. Communities are not classroom. You cannot practice on people. And when we treat KKN like an experiment or worse, a burden, we risk turning social service into social exploitation. Now, don't get me wrong, KKN can be meaningful. I've seen and heard of groups who created innovative waste management systems, started small local business, taught digital literacy to villagers. But these stories are the exception, not the norm. And I'm sorry, and that's the problem. The system should not depend on individual passion to succeed. The system itself should be built to empower both students and the communities we serve. So, what should change? First, universities must stop treating KKN as a one-size-fits-all program. Students should be placed in communities that match their field of study and interest. Second, planning should be involved to local people from the very beginning, not just as receivers, but as collaborators. And third, project must be designed with continuity in mind. Even small, simple programs can be grow over time if we care enough to make them last. Ladies and gentlemen, KKN is supposed to be a heart of community service in Indonesian education. But a heart that doesn't beat with purpose is just decoration. If we continue to let it run on autopilot, on routine, on formality, then we betray not just the communities we claim to serve, but also the spirit of education itself. It's time to ask a hard questions. It's time to demand better because true service requires more than presence. It requires intention, empathy, and the encourage to admit when we've got off track. Thank you so much for listening my speech.